how's it going? This is Mindful Message number 2. So if you didn't check out my last one, I did 30 craft or activity ideas to do to celebrate Pride Month with your friends, with your family, with your kids. Either one every day or just pick whatever one you want to do and check that out. And if you're interested, Pride Month is June, so it's coming up. This one is about what do you do with your kids all summer at home, either for very, very little money or no money at all. You're just hanging out, or if you want to be prepared for those days where you're just staying home, lounging out, don't have much going on. So let's talk about the games that you played as a kid or can play with your kids. First of all, the floor is lava. I think there's a board game about it now, but all you gotta do is round up all your pillows in your house and your kids will play that for hours. Same with flashlight tag. This is a fun thing to do at night or at dusk. This kind of stuff might take a little planning and work, and I would get on it now, especially if you have little kids. I loved going to my grandma's house when I was little because she used to take out all of her dishes and she would get me one of those little memo notepads, and she got me an apron, and I played restaurant. And I would just use the dishes and pretend there was stuff on there, but you can get fake food now. I would pretend to put the plate together. I would take my grandma's order, and all my grandma had to do is sit there and be like, this is good. You know what I mean? You can also play store with your kids. You can get one of them little registers. You could save cereal boxes and canisters, clean them out, just keep a tote somewhere, and they can pretend to buy those things. You can set them up in your kitchen or in a living room and make a little store. They will literally play with their friends and their siblings for hours. Same with playing kitchen. If you don't have like a play kitchen for your kids, just give them a bunch of pots and pans, especially if they're babies. You guys, if you have a toddler, all you gotta do is give them a wooden spoon and some pans, and they will sit on that floor and they will beat those pans and laugh their faces off. It's gonna drive you crazy, but they are so entertained. All different kinds of stuff. I would give them like metal pans. I would give them plastic bowls. I try not to give them anything glass in case they broke it, but just watching their little faces playing with the sounds. Any kid really will, if you get out some buckets, if you have a 10-year-old son and you have some drumsticks, set them in the front yard and be like, go fucking crazy, kid. Do it. You could get out brooms and dustpans. My mom used to blast the radio and we would pick our instrument and we would air guitar it the fuck up and sing the lyrics. Every little kid loves that. It doesn't get old. Also, kids like to play school, especially girls. So like having stuff like markers or papers that they could grade, and just having a tote of school stuff. They'll sit there with their friends. Also, you can get Sharpie, or not Sharpie, I'm sorry, don't get Sharpie, dry erase markers, and you can draw on the windows on rainy days. That will keep them busy for a while. Who doesn't love rock, paper, scissors? Or what is that game? What do they call it? Hot hands, where you like hold your hands up and the other person has to try to slap them. I used to love that game. Hacky sack, that's another one. Kickball. Some people get a little crazy, but you could try dodgeball. You could get a trash can or a bin of some kind or a laundry basket, and you can play house basketball. Make sure it's in a room that they can't break anything, or you can do it outside as well. Did I already say hopscotch and jump rope are always fun. Guess the cup or guess the hand, like putting something in the cup and sliding them, and the kids got to guess what cup it is or what hand has something in it. It doesn't last for too long, but it is something fun. Going outside and making mud pies, like getting all like sandcastle stuff or old dishes and just playing in the mud. Mud is fucking free. Kids love mud. Try not to let them eat it. It's super gross. But it's okay if they do. It's just mud. But Also, getting a little sandbox and building sandcastles in your front yard, or making a water table. I don't know if you ever take your kids to daycare or in kindergarten and pre-K, they usually have a sand table where kids can play with the sand, and they usually have a water table in appropriate seasons where the kids can just like play with water and dump it out. And you can dye the water colors. You know, kids love that stuff. That's why they're always trying to play in the sink and stuff. You could build a fort outside or a blanket fort on a rainy day. You could make a fairy garden, like getting all those little tiny little I'm sorry, people don't know how to drive in here. But like, I love making fairy gardens with the kids. Like, you could cut out boxes and make the little boxes. You could cut out tin cans. Like, it takes a little bit of work, but you can, like a Christmas village, but for a fairy garden outside. You could put different stuff in it to attract butterflies, and tell your kids that the fairies turn into butterflies. Wink, wink, they love it. You could have a fake little archaeology dig, like dig stuff up in the garden or in your yard, somewhere where you're not really going to care if they're digging. Kids love that, and they love finding stuff. Treasure hunts, scavenger hunts, either inside or outside, always work as well. You could make an obstacle course inside or out. Takes a little work, but kids love that stuff. My dad used to do this to us, and it was some of the best videos he ever got. So he would pretend to be a reporter, and he would ask us questions like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what do you think about this or that? And we were little ass kids, and what we said was really funny. And kids really are into that now with like YouTubers and all that stuff. So you could make a time capsule video and just like ask your kids a bunch of funny questions, or let them interview you. They make great memories. They have a good time. You could sing, make up songs together, or write stories together. You could write the words and they could color the pictures. A kids mystery game, kind of like a murder mystery game for adults, but without the murder for kids. Like, you have to solve the crime, but like make it a funny crime and not a scary one. Kids get into that. You could do like cooking or baking lessons. Like, it's an activity, it's something to do. Kids love to bake, frost things, learn how to cook, cut stuff up. That's always fun. Dress up, like kids love playing dress up. You could get a bunch of stuff out and let your little girls dress up, or get a bunch of your husband's clothes out and let your kids play with them. It's kind of a mess, but they have a good time. If you have a son, you could get a kit, like a fake razor, and like play barber shop or beauty salon and let your kids do their hair and your nails. You could do target practice if your kid has a slingshot, safely, by the way, age appropriate. BB guns, but I like to use water guns with the little kids, and I set up like Dixie cups, or I set up something easy for them to blow, to get the water to knock it over, so they feel good about themselves. Kids love a good target practice. You can even set up cups and throw a ball at it. They'll play that for hours. Remember Red Rover? Google how to play, or hide and seek is always good. Bike races, rollerblading, or you can teach them tricks on like a skateboard. What else do we have? Musical chairs, remember that game? Or limbo, those are always fun still. Finger painting or bubble parties. Let's see if I can think of anything else on the top of my head. What did I do with the little... Okay, so little babies like shapes and putting shapes in things. They like things that make sound. So anything that you're making sound, singing, dancing, getting the kids up. I just like turning the music on and being like, let's have a dance party! And all of my nieces and nephews are like, yes! None of them can dance good. I haven't really taught them anything. They're very young. I just let them do their thing, and we have a good time. Be freaky with your kids. go outside and be like, let's yell out all of our anger. Let's just look up at the sky and yell. Kids love that stuff.